The BFM Breakfast Grill, connecting you to top people and ideas. Presented by U Mobile.
Good morning, I'm Melissa Idris and this is The Breakfast Grill. On the show with me this morning is Dato Lee Kim Meow, Managing Director of the world's largest rubber glove producer, Top Glove Corporation. Now, Top Glove has just announced its second quarter results. Consensus was that it was a solid performance, with sales volume hitting an all-time high. But how will they continue to grow at this pace? That's what we want to find out in the next half an hour. Now, if you want to join this conversation, you can always ask a question to Dato Lee. All you have to do is WhatsApp us on our U Mobile number, 018-789-8899, or you can tweet us at BFM Radio. So, Dato Lee, welcome to The Breakfast Grill this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Melissa, and good morning to everyone. It's my pleasure to be back again.
Yes, it is good to have you back on the show. And I think the latest update we want to start off the show with is the acquisition of Aspian Sdn Bhd, which makes surgical gloves. I understand that you're moving into the final phase of acquiring Aspian, and this will boost your product mix of surgical gloves. Right now, I think Top Glove has only a 2% product mix, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So how much sales volume do you expect Aspian to contribute to the overall group once you finalize the sale?
Yes, in fact, we're very excited with this merger of Aspian and Top Glove. It represents the biggest deal in the glove industry today, with a value of Ringgit Malaysia 1.37 billion. And there are a few reasons why we get into this merger, chief amongst which will be to enable Top Glove and Aspian to immediately become the biggest surgical glove manufacturer in the world.
So right now, surgical gloves are different from rubber, latex, and medical gloves, right?
Yeah, right. Because surgical gloves require a lot more precision, a lot more quality control, and it's to very specific markets where some of the manufacturers don't do.
Okay. So you were saying that once you have completed this acquisition, you will be the biggest surgical glove maker. Right now you are number 4 and Aspian is number 3.
3, yes.
So
I think the total combined will be 29%.
Global market share?
Global market share. And it's very exciting for us because getting this merger with Aspian will enable us to quickly move into the technology side, the innovative side of surgical gloves. Aspian is very good in this area because they have a lot of specialty gloves and they have a lot of market share in developed countries that we hope to move into, we hope to diversify into. And also by getting into this merger, it will help us to diversify our portfolio. And like what you mentioned, previously was 2%, and immediately it will give us to at least about 5 or even 6% of the total offering of our products. And that itself is good because our customers will have more choices as far as glove selections are concerned. And then it will also enable us to combine our R&D together to continue to make inroads into this unique glove sector that other glove manufacturers do not have.
So that's what you meant by the technological advances. Is Aspian particularly good in its innovation and
very
technology?
Good, extremely. I should call them the taiko of the surgical glove.
Which is why it was attractive for you to buy them. Just to understand again, so the difference between surgical and medical examination gloves, you said, were because it's more precise.
Yes.
Is this a higher margin product?
Yes. I think the quality control is also very important. And hospitals are very particular. And as time goes by, surgeons are more aware of the need to protect themselves. This is where Aspian's specialty gloves, Aspian's innovation comes in very handy to give the surgeons an option to get the best possible protection that they can have in the industry.
Surgical gloves natural rubber, latex, or is it nitrile?
Mainly for surgical gloves, you talk about natural latex. And Aspian has come up with a very special polymer material. They call it Flexilon polymer material. And this material is a breakthrough in the industry. It mimics the properties of natural latex so good that the surgeons don't even know that they are not using natural latex gloves.
Okay, so you've got the medical examination gloves, you've got the surgical gloves, both nitrile and latex. Are there any other sectors or segments of gloves that you're not in?
Food and service industry.
Right.
Yes, and Top Glove is also venturing into the industrial and safety sector, where there are a lot of glove demand in this particular sector. Example, in the industrial applications, in a lot of safety situations. You talk about heavy duty mechanics and etc. And particular protection in areas where abrasion, where you talk about the danger of cuts will come in. So that is another area that we are eyeing. And you should hear from us very soon on our venture into this new area.
New area. That would be interesting. I do have a WhatsApp message from someone who didn't mention his name or her name.
Okay.
Now the question with the acquisition of Aspion, could that trigger anti-competition or antitrust investigations?
Not at all. Not at all. Because it's a very transparent transaction. It's a transaction that two parties got together. And the shares that they command in the market is not significant enough to say that they have cornered, example, more than 50% of the market or so.
Right.
So we are confident that it would not. In fact, it would add a lot more value, to the customers, to the suppliers, and to the whole ecosystem.
Okay. Well, thank you for your question, whoever WhatsApped in. Again, I'm just going to repeat again. You can always join this conversation by sending a WhatsApp message to our U mobile number 018-789-8899 or tweet us at BFM Radio. I'd like to come back to the different types of gloves because, that's an interesting look at your product mix. At the moment, I believe latex has traditionally been your focus. So I think about 60% latex gloves. Nitrile, you're moving up. But are you also looking at, say, vinyl gloves, for instance, for the low-cost options? Because, again, not all gloves are created equal.
Yes. I should say that Top Gloves is a very unique company. It's considered as one of the most comprehensive solution provider as far as gloves are concerned, because we basically supply all kinds of gloves like what you have just mentioned. Other than the vinyl gloves, we also have household gloves, we also have clean room gloves, we have TPE, CPE gloves.
What do you want the product mix to be?
Ideally, the demand for nitrile is continuing to grow. So with the merger of Aspion, we are looking forward to increasing the mix of nitrile vis-a-vis the other products to at least more than 50% of the offering in nitrile gloves.
And you're seeing nitrile glove demand staying robust? Because according to your latest results, it looks like you saw a 60% boost in sales to Asia, ex-Japan, as well as Eastern Europe.
Yes.
For natural rubber gloves.
Yes. In fact, natural rubber gloves is still the mainstay in a lot of emerging countries, particularly in countries like Brazil, where it originated from, and where the Brazilians still love natural latex gloves. And the same goes with India and China. So I foresee that Top Gloves' advantage as one of the biggest natural latex supplier will come in very handy at this time, because we have the offering of all kinds of products, whether it's nitrile or natural latex. We have both of them. And it so happened that over the years, many manufacturers do not expand in the natural latex gloves sector. So this bodes well for Top Glove, because we have the capacity, we have the lines, and we have the capability.
Oh, so newer manufacturers tend to prefer
nitrile?
Okay,
yes, you're right.
So you have first mover advantage in terms of latex.
Yes, in the area of vinyl, we have also expanded in China, and we are currently looking at moving into Vietnam as well, because Vietnam has all the advantages that you can think about at the moment.
Very quickly, Dato Lee, the vinyl glove supply in China, there's been some issue there with China having to cut industrial coal use during the winter months, and that's slowed down supply of vinyl gloves. Are you looking for a recovery soon?
Yes, I think that happened towards the beginning of the fourth quarter last year. And within the next few months, I believe situation will be back to normal. And I think the manufacturers in China are very good. They recover very quickly. So we should look at it as a factor that will be important, but not a factor that will drag on for a long time.
I'm speaking to Dato Lee Kim Meow, Managing Director of Top Glove Corporation. After this, we'll look at why Top Glove is looking to penetrate the condom manufacturing business. Stay with us on BFM 89.9.
You are listening to the BFM Breakfast Grill, brought to you by U Mobile.
Thanks for staying with us. You're listening to The Breakfast Grill. I'm Melissa Idris, and with me is Dato Lee Kim Meow, Managing Director of Top Glove Corporation. If you want to ask your question to Dato Lee, just WhatsApp us on our U Mobile number 018-789-8899 or tweet us at BFM Radio. We've got a couple of messages and tweets relating to the condom business. As Top Glove is planning to diversify into the condom making business, the first production, if I'm not mistaken, is expected to roll out by the second half of the year, Dato Lee. Where is progress at now in terms of where your plant is, whether technology is ready for this?
Yes, in fact, everything is progressing well. We are currently at the stage of installing the machines. And like what you have said, in the second half of this year, we should be all ready to go.
Okay, and the idea is to start as an OEM, initially an original equipment manufacturer. So making condoms for other brand names.
Yes. The reason why we go into condom manufacturing is because it's a related deep industry product, meaning that the gloves itself, they use deep technology. Condom itself is also dipping technology. So we felt that with our expertise in the manufacturing sector, we could bring more value to the condom manufacturing area. And the other reason is because most of our customers, they are in the medical business, and condom is a medical product. So a lot of our customers are also involved in selling condoms. Even if they are not selling condoms, I'm sure by asking them, they would have friends who are selling condom, and that would enable us to tap into the big network, the wide network that we have to market our products.
Well, so the thing is, if you're going to start out as an OEM, then who would your clients be? I know you said you have, established business in the glove making industry, but when you look at, say, the condom business, is this market already saturated? Is it too competitive for you to penetrate?
Not at all. We always feel that these are products that are essential, and the market is growing, and with greater affluence and better economies throughout the whole world, the health awareness and the safety consciousness among the consumers will increase, and that will augur well for the condom industry.
Carex is one of the largest condom manufacturers in the world, if not the largest. It manufactures every 1 in 5 condoms in the world. You had first mover advantage in the latex glove industry, rubber glove industry. Can you catch up with Carex, who has a head start in this industry?
Carex is very good. We have a great deal of respect for them. And again, I call them the taiko of condom manufacturing. And we have a lot to learn from them. We are starting slow. We hope to use condom as a complementary product to our wide range of glove product offerings.
Is the condom business slightly more higher margins than rubber gloves? Is it in terms of pricing? Will you be looking at higher margins from condoms?
Yes and no. A lot depends on what you make out from the manufacturing side. If you could bring in more value to making the products more efficiently and more cost effectively, then your margins are better. If you have success in doing the OBM side, your margins could also be
meaning
better.
The original
own brand, own brand manufacturing.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're going to start with OEMs and then move into OBMs?
Yes, eventually moving into our own brands, and also looking at all kinds of possibilities.
Okay,
yes.
So what kind of time frame are you giving yourself from moving from an OEM to an OBM?
Just like the glove manufacturing business, we ventured into our own brand after about maybe a year or 2 years. So we intend to do the same thing for this condom manufacturing business, and basically giving the customer a choice, to either use their own brand or even use our brand, whichever is more appropriate or suitable for them.
Okay. We have a WhatsApp question from Andreas, who is asking what the name for this brand, this condom brand, will be. He's suggesting Love Glove, but do you have any ideas of what your brand name will be for this condom brand?
Oh, that's a very interesting suggestion. Yeah, we have already have a brand by the name of Top Feel, and basically, the top itself will identify with the company Top Glove. And over the years, we would like to think of more brands. There are various possibilities that they're looking at it now.
All right. And if once you've got this business up running, you mentioned earlier, Dato Lee, that this would be a complementary business to your core business of rubber gloves. What do you aim the product mix or the contribution to be once this business is up and running? Because
the glove business is so huge and so encompassing, we expect the condom business to probably contribute less than 10%, in the immediate term.
Okay. Speaking about targets, Dato Lee, Top Glove has said it aims to grow at least double-digit, about 10%, at least 10% a year. How do you plan to achieve such aggressive growth, and what kind of increases in capacity do you need to achieve this?
By a lot of ways and means. I think you have read about what Top Glove intends to do. In the next 3 years, we aim to be in a top 20 Bursa Malaysia classification. And we also intend to target for Fortune 500 listing by the year 2040. So to enable us to move in that direction, we have to continue to do a lot of organic expansion as well as inorganic expansion.
Okay. So you are doing inorganic by acquiring companies like Aspion?
Yes, much more. Actually, inorganic expansion would entail mergers and acquisitions. It will entail joint ventures. It will entail strategic business partnerships with our customers and etc.
I'd like to take this opportunity to address some questions that are coming. They're coming in fast and furious, Dato, and let's take a few of them. Zong Yong has asked, who are the main customers for Top Glove and Aspion, and have the order books been secured?
At the moment, we are still going through the final phase of the transaction, and we expect to wrap up the merger by the beginning of April. So everything is going fine at the moment. Mr. Lau, the owner and founder of Aspion, has done a great job. He's very good in his business, and we are working very closely with him to look at the integration of our operations together with the view that we derive good synergy from this transaction. And we believe that the synergy will be, instead of 1 + 1 = 2, we are looking forward to 1 + 1 = 3 or even higher.
Okay, so nothing can be secured just yet until the acquisition is finalized in April.
Yes, yeah,
okay.
Right.
We also have a question from Sashi. Is Top Glove looking to diversify their business into other sectors rather than staying put in rubber-related businesses?
You're right. I think to be the world's largest company and to be Fortune 500, you really need to look into a lot more businesses. And for us, something that comes into our mind would be there are still other segments of the glove industry that we have not touched upon. For instance, I mentioned about safety and industrial gloves. It's a very big segment. So we are setting our sights in this area to expand into it. And once we are into this sector, we are basically a very complete glove supplier, glove solution provider. Meaning that we have taken care of the examination gloves, we have taken care of the food and services industry, we have taken care of the industrial and safety gloves. And to do that would take us a while. And we have also targeted, for instance, other health-related business.
Okay.
Because glove itself is in the health industry. So it's logical for us to move into related business. So to take our turnover to a much higher figure for us to qualify for Fortune 500 listing.
Yeah, because you can't keep growing based on the same product,
Yeah, right.
right?
Yeah, right.
There are some rubber glove companies that have looked into going to the contact lens business. Dato Lee, is that something you're interested in?
I think one of the options, but not something that we look at the moment. We are looking at other areas where they are closely related to what we are offering now.
Okay, and very quickly, a question from Freon. Can you explain how the new nitrile gloves will compete with Harta Lega?
We are friendly competitors. I think Harta Lega is a good manufacturer, and we respect them a great deal. And basically, in this industry, we always tell ourselves to do our best and to build up our capability over the years. And in this instance, Top Glove has done well in the R&D sector. We have employed 120 staff in our R&D center, and we have come up with a lot of improvements over the years, whether in process improvement, engineering, design, right, etc.
We're running out of time, Dato', but I do want to talk about risks to the Top Glove business. Soft latex prices really helped your results in the last quarter, but if you look at the average natural rubber latex prices, it seems to be climbing. In the month of March already, it's gone up to an average of 4 ringgit 88 cents compared to 4 ringgit 57 cents per kilo. So it's climbing. So there's an uptrend. Do you see raw material prices for latex compressing your third quarter margins?
We always say that factors like raw material prices, exchange rate are external factors that we can't control. So we rather prefer to concentrate on things that we can control. Example, our productivity, efficiency, etc. But when you talk about raw material prices, I should say that the level is about there at the moment, and we don't foresee it to go up very much because if you look at a few factors, like for instance, a lot of supply has come in over the past 6 years. And also the usage of rubber has reduced, and etc. So all this will enable us to continue to have the assurance that raw material prices will be pretty stable moving forward.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, but thank you to everyone who's sent your questions in. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to address them all. I've been speaking to Dato Lee Kim Meow, Managing Director of Top Glove. Dato, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Have a good day ahead.
I'm Melissa Idris for BFM 89.9, the business station.
That episode of BFM Breakfast Grill was brought to you by U Mobile, where data hearts you.